Welcome to Uplifting Conversations with Kendra. Thank you for joining us. Uplifting conversations with Kendra. Ooh, ooh, yay! Thank you for joining us. It is me, Kendra Young, and my baby, Alicia, behind the camera.
Hey.
Say hello. Did you say that? I was talking loud.
Yes, hello.
Jasmine is not here, but she does say hello. Today, first things first, we are holding a WOW conference, a Woman of Worth conference. Saturday, November 6th, 2021, from 1 to 5 at Smith Springs Church of Christ, 2783 Smith Springs Road. I almost didn't say that. Nashville, Tennessee, 37214. The doors open at 12:15. Go to eventbrite.com, put in the search bar Women of Worth Conference, click on the pink icon. Regular seats are $27. VIP seats are $42. And yes, the VIP seating is worth it, and so is the $27. They're both worth it, I promise. To answer your question, yes, we will accept admission at the door. However, I need you to please RSVP me at beliftedup21@gmail.com to let me know how many people are coming with you. Invite everyone. Just come on. We want everybody to come. This is going to be an awesome event. I can't wait. I'm very excited. It's my first conference. We have worked on this thing forever. I'm still, in fact, working on my speech. Can't wait to see you all. Now, with that business handled, let me get to the topic at hand, which is actually WOW. Wow. And WOW stems from a group of young women for which I life coach. We started out back in September 2016. And I started out calling them the girls because that's just how I reference them. Anytime I talked about them, well, I got to be with the girls today, or I got to talk to the girls. But about 2 years in, I was like, well, they're not girls. They're young women. And since we were always talking about our self-worth and our self-love and how to get it and how to keep it, I decided on Women of Worth. So that's where that WOW comes from. And so we decided to stick with it. So it's been 5 years. And I'm so excited. But the way we came to be is I was attending Argosy College. And I was taking up psychology. Hello. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. And so I'm an old fish in new water is what I was telling everybody with all this new technology, with all this online schooling, because I am so traditional. I'm like, if you say you can teach me something, I need you to stand before me. Teach me so that I know what you're talking about for real. And I didn't want to do online, but I was going to do it and do my best at it and keep it moving. Well, there was a young lady in the library named Jasmine. And Jasmine, that's the one that's usually behind the camera. She would, be there every single time I was there. And I began to get on her last nerve. And I told her, I said, I'm going to come to you for every little thing dealing with this computer. And she said, oh, it's fine. Whatever you want to do is fine. And she always had a smile, and she always laughed at me being silly. And one day we were talking, and she said, and it amazed me what she said. I was just giving her some real truths about my life. I was inviting her out to my first Be Lifted Up event that would have taken place December 3rd. And, as we were talking, she said, you are the only adult I know that doesn't act like you didn't mess up in life. And I thought, wow, maybe that's the problem with some of our people, is that we forget where we were. But nevertheless, she said that was the thought I had, and I kept it moving. And so I went back the next week or next day and I talked to another young lady named Shabria, and Jasmine says, Shabria, tell Miss Kendra what your problem is. She's gonna help you. She's gonna help you. So Shabria actually didn't say what her whole issue was. But what the spirit did with me was give her the answer through me, without her giving me much information, and that it blew their mind, but it blew my mind. The spirit is working through me like this, and I'm like, wow. Um, and so from that, the next couple of weeks I go by, and there's a young lady named Catherine in there. We call her Cat, and Cat is there, and Jasmine says, Cat, tell Miss Kendra your problem. She's gonna help you fix it. She's gonna help you fix it. And I'm like, okay, what's the problem? What's going on? She says a couple of sentences, and I kind of put all her stuff in a nutshell and kind of gave it back to her. And she was like, how did you know that? And I was like, again, that's the spirit. So I go back, and this time, Kat is not there, but there's another young lady named Latara. She's there. And Latara begins to talk, and Jasmine's like, no, tell Miss Kendra. So they tell Miss Kendra, and Miss Kendra does the same thing, give them the answers, you know. They're like, wow. I'm like, wow. I'm like, okay, Lord, what else are you going to do with me with these young ladies? So I go in there this final time, and there is a young lady on the phone. They're on speakerphone. Her name is Sarah. And Jasmine says, Sarah, tell Miss Kendra what's going on. She's going to help you fix it. And Sarah begins to talk, but Sarah's on her phone in her car driving, and she doesn't say a lot, but the Lord gives me all this information as if I can really see her life. And I gave it to her, and she got really, really quiet. And what she said was, I don't like you already. And I laughed because I knew why she said that. She said that because I told her life and gave her an answer that she really didn't want to hear, but she needed to hear. And Sarah's that kind. She don't like for you to know too much about her. Well, I haven't even met her. Remember, she's on the phone. And so from that point, Sarah had hung up, and we were getting ready to go eat. And I was like, come on, guys, we're going to Panera Bread. We're going to get something to eat. We're going to chill out. But before we walked out, I said, guys, do you all just want to go ahead and make it official and make me your life coach? And they told me, we thought you already were. That was like, I don't know. I could cry now just thinking about it. And I'm like, if that's not the Lord putting this ministry in my lap, I don't know what it is. So, you know, that's why this wow, the wow is, that's a godsend. The wow is because of the Lord, you know, because, hi, baby. How you doing? I'm glad you're watching. Wow, the wow is so close to my heart because God put me in a place where I am to use my past to look into your future, the young women's future. And I do have a word for men as well, but right now my focus is on the young women. And I will work with teenagers, but I will have to have parental permission, because in this group, nothing is off limits. No topic is off limits, but it is a judge-free zone. We will not judge you for whatever, because in order to get through something, work through something, you have to be able to be honest about it. You have to be where you can be honest and say what it really is, because even if you say what something is but don't give the honesty about what it has done to you or what you've done because of it, it's almost like you don't give me all the pieces of the puzzle, then I can't help you fix it. And that's just with anybody. That's with any therapist anywhere. If you really want to get fixed, you have to first be honest with you. Be honest with God, most definitely. But be honest when you go to someone to try to get that help. But this group of young women, Alicia she's part of WOW as well, but I've been knowing her since she was 14, and we were kind of the same way. She said something, I would say something, and she figured out she could trust me with it. My daughter is a part of it, Sasha Ann. And Victoria says all the time, I'm not in the group, but she's in the group. Um, but no one's forced to stay in this group. It is a few more young ladies in the group. No one is forced to stay where maybe they're not feeling like they're getting all their need. But I do know that these young women in this group are the core. They're who I started with, and they are still with me. We're together, and it's just I'm growing a lot. Let's not get it twisted. I'm not that leader that has it all together, but I am that leader that will break my neck living right so that you can understand what living right looks like. But I'm going to be honest with you about your situations. I'm going to make sure that you know God loves you. I'm going to make sure that there are no excuses to stay away from God. We have none. Everybody is going through something, and some of the things I've gone through I have yet to speak about, and I don't need to because God uses other things. But everybody has something in their life that only God can fix, and that's really your whole life. Only God can deal with your stuff. I don't care how many dollars you make per hour. I don't care how many books I may write or whatever. I tell everybody all the time, if I never publish another book, if I never get on stage again and speak to people as a whole, if I never counsel another young lady, if I never lose the weight or whatever it is I want to do, as long as I've obeyed God in my choices, then I have done what is right. I will have lived a good life. And that's just what I believe for everybody. So, to me, Jesus is the bottom line. God, Jesus, and the Spirit. They're the bottom line. They're one. You can't have one without the other. I'm going to continue to say that as long as I live. But I just wanted you to know how WOW became and why we are having our first WOW conference, because I would like to share some of the things that I speak with the young ladies about pretty much on a weekly basis. And I want to share it with other people and invite other people into the group if you would like to be in the group. But I will basically do that at the conference. So I would love to see you all at the conference. If you don't join the group, that's fine. I hope you get something from the conference that will help you, will help uplift you, embrace you, empower you, edify you, and encourage you to live a life according to what you know is right. You know what I mean? Because we all know the difference between right and wrong. And learning to love yourself is not a sin. In fact, you are commanded to do just that so that you can love your neighbor. But we do that through the love of God. So I just want everybody to be uplifted and just have a wonderful rest of the week. And I will be coming back with reminders to go on Eventbrite and get those tickets. All right. Be lifted up. Have a great week.